in the Areopagus. Then Paul stood in the midst of the Areopagus and said, Men of Athens, I perceive that in all things you are very religious. For as I was passing through and considering the objects of your worship, I even found an altar with this inscription, To the unknown God. Therefore, the one whom you worship without knowing, him I proclaim to you. God, who made the world and everything in it, since he is Lord of heaven and earth, does not dwell in temples made with hands. Acts 17, verses 22 through 24. The story of Paul in Athens might seem a strange choice, considering the day that this is. But there is more of Christmas here than first meets the eye. Every year, tensions emerge among Seventh-day Adventists over should you or should you not observe, and the appropriateness of the day. December 25th is, of course, not the day Jesus was born. And most recognize that the date was plucked from ancient pagan calendars when the Roman Empire was in the process of being Christianized. The pagan roots of the date are enough to make some dispense with the idea altogether. And it says some, but I would say most, become very angry when others do not hold the same position. The author has seen many well-meaning Adventists berate their fellow church members and openly question their commitment to Christ because they acknowledge the day at all. Mind your own business, people. Seriously? Should we discard Christmas because of its roots? Make up your own minds. There is no command to observe the birth of Christ in the Bible. Neither is there a command against it. If you choose to skip the celebration in order to honor the Lord, by all means. It is a perfectly biblical response. But it is also an entirely biblical response to do something with the day. Pay attention to the fact that Paul was utterly comfortable appropriating a pagan altar in order to teach the crowd about the one true Creator God. He was also known to quote pagan poets to make a point. It's called an attention getter. For one day each year, the world around us is willing, no, feels an obligation to talk about Jesus. An obligation to talk about Jesus. Should the voice of the remnant be absent from that discussion? Consider this. We have the prophetic word confirmed. There are scores of Old Testament prophecies pointing to the first advent of the Messiah. And we have a ready audience this time of year, willing to listen to those prophecies and be told that they were stunningly accurate. From this, there is a natural springboard to discuss the second coming. Again, an attention getter. We can show that there are more prophecies to anticipate. By all means, if you're uncomfortable with the date, do as you please. But be very slow this time of year to condemn those who are willing to stand in the Areopagus and point the world to Christ. And with that said, Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas, and God bless.